change that they went to after Jalen Ford. Jalen Ford is more up in the zone.
All right, so a different look coming in with Ford. We'll have more on her when we come
her
back.
debut last week.
7-0.
Had such a big presence in her first outing.
Another one of those players who was overseas playing in Japan.
Her founders
Was
made a
overseas
promise
playing for
to
Team
always
Toyota,
take
and
care of
just
their
the
own.
presence that she had
That
in that
promise
first
is still at the
outing.
heart of everything we do.
4 for 7
Why our
batters she
members
faced,
know
she struck them out.
we'll do what's right. USAA.
Starting things off for Chicago, Skylar Wallace playing her
Credit is here to
second
say
game
yes.
since coming
Even when
back
other
from
lenders won't.
Japan.
Apply
Leading off
online in
this
minutes and get
afternoon.
funds deposited the next business day or
Skylar
sooner.
went 1 for 2 in her first game in
Net credit.
Texas. Both
Credit
teams
to the
coming
people.
off of 2 games sweeps that were swept.
The first great
Chicago swept down in Texas.
like a sonic
OKC
boom across
swept by the
This country
Talons,
didn't
who
tiptoe
were red
on the
hot.
world stage. Hell no. We were born
1-2 pitch, chopped foul.
Liberty is loud, baby.
The first base line, Delaney Wiz playing first base
Something to prove.
today, not catching.
Because in this country,
Lee is behind the dish today for OKC. CBS Sports Network's coverage of Athletes Unlimited softball continues with the Texas Bolts taking on the Utah Talons. Check that out Tuesday night at 9 Eastern Time. AUSL softball here, Chicago to Oklahoma City, and another pitching change as Fowler comes in to try to stop the bleeding.
Getting right back into action and just thinking down Jalen Ford and Skylar Wallace already facing each other. They would have had to face each other in Japan, but this is a rise, a 1-2 pitch
just back from Japan.
outside,
She has pitched
66
in the
miles per hour.
there
Skylar
for the
Wallace
last couple of years.
lead off home run.
Great start for this Bandits team who gave up a lot of home runs in that 2-game sweep down at Texas. Gave up 7 home runs in 2 games, including a league record 5 home runs in the opener. Stanford, pretty good ones who came in having only won 1 game all year back then, and then the Bandits out at South Carolina after she got an engineering degree at Stanford. Aaron Koffel having another great season. Stings that one.
Kennedy just complemented each other so well. Bonner hard and down, Nigel hard and up.
And Skylar Wallace, what a way to start the game. Here she is with Nicole Mendez.
Hey, welcome back to the AUSL first swing. How does it feel? It feels good. I've been trying to focus on staying grounded, just leaning into my teammates. Embrace being back here in this amazing environment with amazing people, amazing crowds, and just happy to be here, honestly. Yeah, talk about that because the smile on your face since you got back, obviously the cowgirl way doing its job, but how's that been? Yeah, I mean, obviously going to Japan is
Definitely
an
a
awesome
key for
experience,
this
something I'm very
market.
grateful for. But I love being home. I love being around my people. I love talking game plans. I love being able to communicate and
some of the walks that
who you
they've
are
had
as a player,
today.
what your character's like, and just competing. Don't get me wrong, it's great over there, but there's something about being home that's just extra special. Well, welcome home. Thank you.
2 for 2 with a couple of singles. And what a welcome home it has been today. Amazing, according to Skylar.
And I can relate to her, you know, just being able to come back home, communicate. So I played in Japan 8 seasons, and just when you're over there, sometimes you feel isolated. So to be able to like talk to your teammates about the game plan and like know what the pitcher's throwing, it makes a world of a difference to feel like you are fully immersed. And so Skylar Wallace is back.
Repopulated with some veterans coming back. And Skylar Wallace
Just
coming
knowing
back.
the
Jenny
runs that we had coming into this
general manager
team,
for the
I thought
Bandits
this would be a little
they
bit
were
more
missing
tightly
Skylar's
contested
leadership and her voice
just with
this team.
experience from both sides.
As this is a club, this
come alive today.
team swinging on 3 and off very slowly, but foul. And they lost their first 4 games. Since then, they've gone 4-3, adding those new components. So here you are halfway through the season, and you're still figuring things out. But it's going to help having Wallace both, on the field and in the dugout.
Yeah, and Skylar Wallace
Now
is
the
such a big
3-1 pitch,
personality.
pardon me, with
She
2 on.
loves to just be using her voice all the time, taking up space. So you can already see her
For the
presence.
second half, you saw on the screen how the offensive numbers have skyrocketed since the 3-4 start. That is just foul down the middle.
That just tells me that she is on time. She is seeing it. She continues to be a hard out.
And Koffel, 5th in the league in average so far, facing Taryn Kern. Last year was the MVP in the league and also named hitter of the year. And there you see, it helps when Erin Koffel gets going.
Erin Koffel, I mean, she is just a ball player.
Koffel on that inside pitch heads down to first base.
Matchup. I like this.
That is a walk. Ball almost hit her, but that has been judged a first walk. Still trying to get things going. At the starting lineup. Her batting average, a big chance here. Wallace, Koffel, and now Williams. This is a close pitch. Williams jumps all over the first pitch, but it's lined right into the glove of Sydney McKinney for the first out. Big fourth inning. Henta started and Bandits chased her.
Yes, that top of the lineup for Chicago Bandits is so important for them to have run production.
And now Chicago has batted around here in the
game.
fourth.
It's going to be a key for them.
Morgan Zirkle batting cleanup and playing left. One of the veterans when Erickson started this inning off in this league, walked by Henta, hit it hard to Sidney Sherrill, who gets the shore out, flipping it over to Sid Romero for the second. He has an extended conversation with the pitcher.
Solid defense from this point. It's, hey, we got to use our defense. We got to keep that ball on the ground. So continuing to stay down, showing that you get that first throw.
Get that lead runner. The two Sidneys up the middle. Romero and Sherrill, very solid middle infield. Talking about it's now Matt Bosser is stepping in and DBing this afternoon, or whatever it is, and it's on their first career home run. It can win here, that's for sure. Chicago knows about when. The wind joined from the reserve. It is very windy here today. And it has affected a couple of balls that have been hit into the outfield. And it's told simply, we just want you to come in and hit. Which I think was the music to her ears.
That's exactly what she did. Just trying to such a deep swing, aggressive swinger. Such a big presence.
Taking off, Zirkle gets down into second without a throw.
That is the forte of Shauna Stanton, is put runners in motion. She loves aggressive base running.
Takes one for a strike. Water ahead for the first time in this inning. Chicago on the season now 7 for 8 in stolen bases. Around the top of the league. You don't see a lot of stolen base attempts. Chicago, one of the exceptions. Now a 2-2 pitch. Barbara hits it on the nose. Zirkle coming in from second to throw home, and she is Zirkle at second, and Bubba Nichols turn over at first with the bases loaded. With a great throw, Haley Lee with the tag. Chance really to break this open. The one rule.
And this is exactly what you want if you
Barbara, the first magic 8 number. Happy 2026 debut to Lexi Kilfoyle. And that's
another athlete back from Japan, and just starting to get a groove, starting to be on the high. Had a rough start on her Japan starts. Starting to really get a groove and get a rhythm. And what a way to battle for Erickson. She gets behind in that count with 2 strikes, and Vaughter continuing to go inside on her with this drop in. But her ability to just drop a barrel, keep her hands inside, create space, and you have to continue to put runs up. No runs are enough when you're facing an offense like Spark.
First pitch swing for Dayton, and that is great by McKinney in foul territory to end the 8th inning.
Played is just such a mature presence for this pitching staff.
6 runs come in. Scott Wallace has left the building twice today.
I'm not sure you'll see with Lexi Kilfoyle. She keeps the ball down. She doesn't overpower hitters. She's got that heavy drop ball. So you saw McKinney trying to get that bunt down, but just a heavy late break that she has with that drop ball.
No artificial colors.
So you were one of the best short game hitters in the game. When you're trying to get a slap down, what was the toughest artificial standard trying to execute?
Facing somebody like Lexi Kilfoyle,
75%
down, and contrary to belief, you would think something up would be harder,
Gatorade
but
lower
something
sugar.
hard and down
Hydrates
messes with your
better
eye.
than water.
And then you see him taking the mighty chop at that one.
My credit is here to say
3-1
yes,
count.
even when other lenders won't. Apply online in minutes and get funds deposited the next business day or
3
sooner.
hits in her season debut at Utah.
Credit to the people.
Picking up where she left off, but she goes down swinging against Guilfoyle.
So confusing.
This is where it gets so tough facing Guilfoyle. When you're facing her, you gotta pick a side. Are you going in or are you going out? But it's that 68 miles per hour drop ball that you just have to get it back head under.
And it's only $30 for a single line.
Try to find some control.
So you're all choosing Verizon.
Romero steps in the
Introducing the
shortstop
Simplicity
for
Plan.
the
$30 for a
first
single
pitch.
line.
Can you sends it into right field, long chase. But Belladate could not catch up to it. Oklahoma City Spark hitting 270 as a team. That's third in the league. And I think they lead the league in Sydney's. They have 3 of them in their starting lineup. All spelling it the same way, too, which is unusual. Chicago up 9-0 as we go to the bottom of the fourth. We remind you to get your 4-game flex pass, single-game season and group tickets for all 6 AUSL teams today. Just go to the AUSL.com. AUSL. This is legendary
players on this team.
And speaking of legendary, Maya Brady, one of the best softball players on the planet, joining us this afternoon as a veteran. Graduated 5 years ago from Oklahoma. Has been on the coaching staff. So just how you doing?
I'm doing really well. We're just trying to take it day by day. So just trying to be smart and do the best things so I can get back out here with my team.
Yeah, we are missing you, Morgan. I love watching you play. You know that. I tell you all the time.
Thank you.
But just, you've been seeing it so well. Coming into the season, what was your approach? What were you thinking?
I think just honestly, there's not a lot of that can do to prepare for this league. I think it's such a unique situation where you're facing an All-American in the circle every single game. And so I think honestly just putting myself in the position to hit, I think that was my biggest focus. And what can I do for my body so that I can set myself up for success? So it was less about focusing on like specifics and more just getting back to me and what makes me good. And just again, putting myself in a good position to hit. I think that's more than half the battle. So just really focusing on that. And Coach Kurt for me a lot of pitches. So I have a lot of success goes to him for sure, because without him and his arm, I couldn't have done it.
Yeah, no. And if you had to break down your swing, what would you say are like the top 3 things that you think about?
Probably being aggressive, and it's my flow and just having a really good rhythm and being disciplined. I try to be disciplined, but I think sometimes I'm a little bit of a bad hitter.
Average age of 23, now it is average age of 27.
I think just getting it done.
Great to have those pitchers back, but
all these pitchers are
there you Copo,
they're not going to miss
very slow getting up after she got hit by
so I think honestly just being super smart and going up there with a lot of confidence as well.
Makes her way down to
So this is your second year as a pro. I feel like we should be saying you're like a 10-year vet because it's just, you know, your success, your experience. But this time around,
in the first inning, so let's take a look
what's
at
the
this
experience been like?
It's been so awesome. I think just being able to being able to come here with the Spark Tour and kind of be at the beginning of this organization's journey at AU, and being back from Coach Kirk, and I think it's just been really, really special. So it's been really cool just coming to Oklahoma City, obviously with the Olympics being here, and hopefully being able to be a part of that, and just being acclimated, I think, to this environment. It's been really awesome. And everyone with the Spark that was with the Spark for the last couple years and then bringing them into AU has been really fun, and the crossover's been awesome, and the girls are great. So it's been honestly just a whirlwind of super fun energy, but it's been busy for sure. We went from Chicago to Portland, and I was like, oh, it's got to be a 2-hour flight.
Just sometimes
yeah, it was like 4. I was like, jeez.
Your geography was off.
Yeah. I'm from California. I don't know anything outside of California. Trainer for the Bandits. I lose track of everything, but it's been fun. It's been really fun. Portland was awesome, though. I mean, every venue has been really great. So it's been cool.
Got some terrific fans out there in Portland, and boy, the concern now, Jessie Warren, her teammate, took a tumble after she went down the first.
Just going back to
we're looking at it up here.
was talking about with how this pitching staff has now become a veteran pitching staff. Just weeks ago, they were led by a bunch of rookies and Lazy Grind and continue to wrap all you guys up in saran wrap.
I know we're at the halfway point, so
just sets the tone,
it's a lot, you know, your body and the travel and stuff.
Just all the experience.
Just a lot, honestly.
Talk about just, at this day and age, where you are in your athletic career. Like, what are some things that you're doing to prevent, obviously, injury, trying to get yourself in the best place to compete?
Yeah, I think honestly just putting a lot of intention, and I think
hits it hard,
just a lot of care behind what we do in the off season, especially with like strength training and nutrition. I try to, eat as healthy as I can, but I think just putting ourselves in a good position to keep our bodies healthy, because it is a lot of
Sydney Cheryl just to go ahead and take this out by herself,
not being conditioned of being in college anymore, where you're doing it every day,
good idea.
50 games a season. I think
you don't want to
being off for 10 months and then going back for 2 months, it can be a little bit difficult. So honestly, just what I try to do is just
squeeze
try
by
to put my body
McKinney
in good
just
position
in
and
foul
take
territory.
my strength training and conditioning pretty seriously, because it is truly a lot.
Just your observations, but kind of gets over having fun.
We're not
doing it
conditioned
so silly and so fun,
we
but
do anything,
some
we
of
just
these
use it a lot, but it is a lot.
We'll be talking
It
with
takes a
Bubba
toll on
later.
our body, so
She will impart more of that wisdom. She is back to clean up and leading off here in the second athlete. Before we let you go, do you have a nice cheat food that you're trying to stay away from playing in this league?
My guilty pleasure is always ice cream.
Kurt Walker, who is the general manager for this team,
and so I really try to stay away from that, to be honest.
As well. And he had mentioned to you early on in the season that how important getting Bubba on the team was from a leadership
standpoint. So like, I love coffee,
character
but I
was
put
the
so much
first thing
sugar
that
in it.
was a
That's like,
priority for him, and loving Nicholas Cameron, just having all of the wisdom and the experience around the game is so important to
have the little wins alive.
And she starts off the
ice cream or probably
with the first hit.
Whatever I'm down for at the end of the night.
We got to work.
Yeah.
Okay, Steve.
Life's too short.
That's it, my buddy. Thank you so much. We hope to see you out there sooner rather than later.
Thank you.
Bubba Nicholas, she's just such an unassuming hitter. Just, he's so compact, straight to the ball, especially facing someone like us. She's so much movement. Yeah, she is short pick for sure. Just got to keep her healthy. Got to keep her ready.
Ice cream third baseman. You're the soul.
That's what I said.
Cheryl pitch out. To Bianis to end the Jocelyn Erickson. We head to the catching. So the Copo, who got hit in the face guard, Chicago, in the last half inning, is now out of the game. Warren gets the bunt down. It's a good one, and she is saved. The ball gets away from Kern, and that enables Nichols to get over to third.
Just applying pressure, and this is the name of the game right now. You get a runner on, Jessie Warren showing a late bunt, Taryn Kern playing back and reading what she's seeing. And this ball just gets away from Lexi Kilfoyle and Taryn Kern. Now got runners on first and third for the Spark.
Be prepared with the products that millions trust to keep them safe, dry, and secure. Use Flex Tape for quick emergency repairs. Flex Seal Liquid to keep everything sealed and dry. And Flex Seal Spray to stop all types of leaks. This storm season, defend against damage. Get the original Flex Seal family of products. Available at retailers everywhere because it works.
An original never blends in. She follows her own lead. She doesn't play the part. She rewrites it. All by staying true to herself. Originality should always be within reach. TJ Maxx. Never uniform. Always you.
And the runners have to stay put.
back, America.
On that first pitch.
Hey, Marshall, hop
You just
on, buddy.
love the aggressiveness from the Spark right now. They are early in the count, especially facing somebody like Lexi Kilfoyle, who will go right at hitters.
Let's take a look now at the two-rush rally presented by Nichols Cameron to get over the third. A couple of outs for Chicago. We got the RBI double by Morgan Zirkle, and then Matt Barbara. Cheryl stepping in, who has hit the ball hard 3 times today with an RBI by Moore, Oklahoma. And we thank Miralax X, an official partner of the AUSL, handled by Sammy Williams, goes over to second to get one out, but Williams was able to 0-4. Their numbers were way down in the last 7-3 and even better today.
Yeah, it's the extra base hits, just solid defense from the Bandits, just the ability to get runners off from working that timely hitting, that catch, getting that ball in, and Sammy Williams just making a good decision here to contact and aggressive ABs, and that was one of the things they don't have another behind counts, having to hit with 2 strikes, and so
2 outs with runners on the corners for coming off Haley Lee in the 2-game series in Texas against the Bolts team that had only won 1 game all season and coming back with a vengeance. And another hit batter, Vaughter gets out by Ani, and the free Oklahoma, where she won a national championship in her senior year.
And that is just something that, you know, I wasn't expecting coming into today for the Spark, just knowing that this pitching staff, they possess the experience. But yeah, you know, and this is just another way of saying that sometimes things just don't go your way. Even happens at the pro level.
Runners on her had a couple of walks, and she came in to relieve Penta, who started the 4th inning and got knocked around, an inning in which Chicago scored 6 runs in the 4th. Now, Skylar Wallace, who has 2 home runs today. Absolutely. No gentleman. Maybe we can recommend by taking that Sultan as well. Back to the U.S. because it certainly hasn't hurt Scott.
Yeah, she needs to do it maybe every game. Like just go to Japan and come back.
She doesn't get cheated, does she?
She does not get cheated on any of her. It's been so fun following Skylar Wallace. I follow her on social media, and she'll just kind of vlog her experience being in Japan. And so for any of the athletes who have played over in Japan, it's so relatable. But just you stick out, you don't have a lot of people to communicate with, and you're enjoying the cuisine, the food, the coffee there.
Her handiwork today.
And just getting it done at the plate, just 2 elevated pitches, straight to the ball, doesn't waste a lot of time, and using that wind, you know, just in her favor. Umpires, you know, they don't get a lot of the love, so hard work behind the plate.
Again, you played in Japan for 8 seasons. Your first season, how long did it take you to adjust? Did it take more than 1 year?
It took more than 1 year. I don't think I really adjusted until the second year.
Wallace on fire. 2 home runs and a double.
The Spark putting runners in motion.
Zach Brownie gets easily into 3rd.
She's now in scoring position at 2nd.
Slugging percentage through the roof today. Full count. Lee foul.
Skylar Wallace, it's just seeing the ball so well. And I think a lot of it, too, when we talk about playing in Japan, it's the strike zone. That's the hardest thing to get used to over there. They definitely don't hit any white. And a lot of things will be called off the plate. So now getting back to her comfort zone and really having that confidence at the plate tonight.
Wow, Skylar Wallace upstairs. 3 for 4. The bases with the first walk surrendered by Kilfoyle. A double and 3 runs driven in.
Yeah, no big deal.
Yeah, just another
Lexi Kilfoyle. Not often does she use ABs like that. She possesses so much control. You can see her working the inner half, outer half, going back and forth with all sorts of activity. Good patience from Haley Lee.
With the pitching staff Grace Jenkins, the number 9 hitter. 9 runs, rookie, 9 hits. Arizona transferred there after 3 years playing in bucolic Stores, Connecticut. For the University, by the way. One of just, wow, that must have been a culture shock for some of these 300 and the Diamond League. Big opportunity here for her. Johns. With some bases loaded. She was recently signed after. All right, we're going to have another pitching change, but before that, we're going to let you know that you can help decide who goes to the 2026 AUSL All-Star Cup. Vote once a day, every day, online at the AUSL.com/vote. Now through June 30th, also known as June 30th, to send the league's best to the All-Star Cup in Rosemont, Illinois in August. Get your votes in, leave the bases loaded. There's down 1-0. My goodness, there's so many. Yeah, I know. I touched kind of ran already told me what your real first name was, but I love Bubba.
Yes, I do not disagree with it at all.
Your season so far, Bubba, what has it been like for you coming in, for being counted on to help lead this team on and off the field?
That's not a surprise. It's really special. That's what she does. Maya Brady is just,
kind of ingrained in the program.
Play solid.
Skylar's gotten some history, I bet.
Yes, definitely. Now that she's back on the scene. But I love talking to Maya and just hearing how she thinks about hitting and just being aggressive, rhythm, discipline, but not so many mechanical things. There's a lot of feel things. I think that's good for a lot of athletes to do, especially younger athletes that are so focused on mechanics and if your right leg touches or if you're striding here or there. So much of hitting is such a feel thing, and I think Maya Brady is an
we heard
example
you
in the beginning. We heard you kind of coaching up the Audis. How much has coaching influenced you being an athlete now?
Yeah, being a coach
maybe it might be too much, right? There's so much stuff inside your head right now. And you go back,
just getting to know
some of the elite hitters I talk to, it seems like most of them are like, yeah, I look at that stuff a little bit, but mostly it's
every single day.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I didn't even really understand stats until I had to become a broadcaster. So, when you're in the batter's box,
and just being able to kind of learn the game in a different way.
Not really worried about all of those things.
And even just the leadership piece, like it goes even beyond just the softball.
Oklahoma City pitcher
but just being able to kind of, like keep in touch with the athletes that I coach, and then even them saying how they're watching me play. It's so fun to just kind of, they get to see me live it out, and I see them all the time. So
you're their role model. You're a star for them. Just talk about just now your hitting adjustments, facing someone like Lexi Kofora. Like, what would your approach be? What's your approach?
Yeah, right now we're trying to really figure out. She's very good at changing speeds. Her drop ball is elite, so trying to figure out how we can get a hold of something that's a little bit more firm early in the count is going to be huge for us. Really good at the top of the lineup with relaying what they're throwing us, and I think just making adjustments as we see. So
now is 11-0. And it doesn't stop as Sammy Williams. Jalen Ford comes up, takes a hack at the first pitch. Williams, we heard you talking to the outfielders and saying that the outfield there is skippy and bouncy. What does that mean to us? She's tied for first in RBIs and doubles.
Even the infield is turf, and the ball plays a little bit more.
Here she comes with another chance to get an RBI. Had an RBI double last time up.
Rather than kind of dives in grass. And so just being able to charge hard is what we've said that we're going to commit to. Like make it a short hop rather than reading a hop like you typically would.
Lexi Kilfoyle in the
so being a little bit more aggressive is going to be key, especially if it's skipping
There's
so
Sammy's
much.
numbers. All right, your pitcher, Jalen Ford, is making short work up there. Thank you so much for joining us.
She's been so clutch. She's the one that's been holding it together for the Bandits.
Up there, another
UCLA
UCLA
trying to find their way at the beginning of the season. She's been the most consistent.
Williams draws the ball back with the dugout. You can tell just every time you talk to her and having her mic'd up, just the little things about talking about the field. And this is her home field. This is obviously not the first time they've played on it, but just getting everybody on the same page defensively.
And just constantly communicating with her teammates and just things that she's observing. And just a true leader, a true vet, and a lover of the game. You can just see how much passion she has for the game. She's constantly learning, constantly growing, and I just think it just speaks volumes and testaments to how much of a valuable asset she is to the Spark.
Here's Morgan Zirkle, reached on the fielder's choice her first time up. Zirkle, the head coach at Marshall, her alma mater, very young head coach. She's been around a long time, but she's just 30. She's gonna turn 30 later this year, maybe 31. I can't read my handwriting, but she's a baby.
She's a baby, yeah. No, and I mean the fact that she has a head coaching job, and the fact that we've seen her be a pro for quite some time, putting the age 30.
31. She'll be 31.
Yeah, and not that I want to age her. I feel like just with her wisdom and how much experience she plays with, I would say that she might be a little bit older.
And she did play for Shonda Stanton, who is her head coach at Chicago. Stanton has since moved on to Indiana. Zirkle, who is from West Virginia, Milton, West Virginia. Sends it into center. There's Bubba over her glove. Nichols couldn't get it, and Sammy Williams is going to come all the way around to score. So Zirkle coming through with 2 outs.
And Zirkle, just a good piece of hitting here. This is a rise ball. And Morgan Zirkle, her hands are so short to the ball. But we heard Bubba Nichols talking about the wind and how the wind is blowing out. And right at that moment, you can see this ball continue to rise. Gets over Bubba Nichols, and Morgan Zirkle standing up on second.
Usual for her not to make a play like that, but you could see she took a little half step in and then had to retreat. Nichols did. And that wind, which is really blowing hard towards left field, sailed it over her head. That's an RBI double for Zirkle.
And you can see the flag. It's blowing
over at as Matt Barbara comes up for the second time. Matt singled back in the first inning. And then it was the inning was ended when Bubba Nichols Camarena threw out Zirkle at the plate. Forward ahead 0-2. Right up the middle. Coming in hard. Clements, the pinch runner, and she is safe. And the throw gets away, which enables Barber to get down to second. Second hit of the day for Mac.
And kind of almost looks like the replay that we saw at the top of the first with Mac Barber hitting that ball up the middle and Bubba Nichols Camarena making that play. But this time, Bubba Nichols Camarena is just a little bit deeper. And Jessica Clements is able to get in there. And now the Spark is up 3-0.
Now conference in the circle for the Spark. Boy, Ford got off to such a great start. A nice play on a comebacker from Wallace that she actually flipped over with her glove, and then Koffel grounded out to third. But a Williams walk, an RBI double by Zirkle, and now the RBI single by Barbara. All coming with 2 outs. Oklahoma City, Courtney Oliver Elkins, pitching coach, going out as Chicago has added 2 runs here with 2 outs. Skylar Wallace led off the game with a home run in the first, and now some activity for OKC. It's Maddie Penta in the pen.
And the difference that I'm seeing with Jalen Ford from her last appearance and relief in Utah is just her sharpness. A lot of her pitches are tailing up and out of the zone. Last week, she was very good with her placement.
This is Taryn Kern's first at bat. Came in the second inning after Mary Jacopo got hit in the face guard, that extension over the jaw, and left the game. Taryn Kern, a rookie, taken 11th overall in the draft by the Bandits. Finished her college career at Stanford, where she got to play in the Women's College World Series. And actually played for a year for Shonda Stanton at Indiana before transferring to Stanford, and they've been reunited in Chicago.
Yeah, they're back together again.
Little nubber Cheryl, so good at second, ends the threat. But 2 more runs come in to score. Chicago's now at 3-0 in the third.
They just have this aura that they have around them.
The Portland Cascade and the Oklahoma City Spark are the 2 new franchises coming into the league this year. Talons and the Cascade at the top of the standings right now, but the Spark, as Bubba Nichols Camarena alluded to, this is a franchise that's been around for a few years. playing in different leagues. They were an independent last year, so a big tradition with OKC, and it's great to have them in the league.
Yeah, and she said that that tradition is carrying over to this current team and that they've already been an established team, so that helps them.
Sydney McKinney, the leadoff hitter, struck out against Lexi Kilfoyle in the first inning. So the first time through the lineup for Kilfoyle, making her debut today. She's given up a couple of hits, left the bases loaded in the second inning. And has a 3-0 cushion. Koffel, so good. Now, you were a really good shortstop. What makes Erin Koffel so good?
She is so solid. Like, she is just a ball player. You look at her and she just exudes confidence, just makes it so simple. Not an overthinker, gets it done on both sides of the plate, but I love her footwork. I love her glove work. Beautiful to watch.
Sydney Romero popped out to Koffel her first time up. And Erin Koffel playing shortstop, and Mary Jacopo, we talked about being taken out of the game after getting hit by a pitch. Nicole Mendez has an update.
It was a pretty scary sight. She went down, and if you know anything about catchers, they're pretty tough, especially that one. But she got hit squarely on the jaw. It just grazed her chin. It's unlikely that we'll see her back in the game today, but in good spirits.
That's good news. That's up in the air. Terrific running catch. Skylar Wallace, who does not have a lot of experience in the outfield. She could play short, but they've got Koffel, who's doing so well there. But that's a nice rundown.
Yeah, it just shows Skylar Wallace's athleticism. You can put her anywhere. She played a little bit of outfield in Japan and got some experience there. But she's making this look super easy and like she's done this before.
You mentioned all the skill set of Skylar Wallace in her second game back after playing in the Diamond League in Japan. Quick couple of outs for Kilfoyle. Delaney Wiz popped up her first time.
And that changeup from Lexi Kilfoyle is just deadly, and she's able to tunnel that drop and that change. So having to decipher between the two, the deception is so tough.
Skyward, Bella Dayton grabs it, and that is a very tidy 1-2-3 inning for Kilfoyle. Good shutdown inning after she got a couple of runs in the top of the third. It's 3-0. We just make small batches, as Nicole said, for friends and family, and have some flown in special. And meanwhile, Jalen Ford, not just a maple syrup heiress or aficionado, a really good pitcher. Has been replaced by Maddie Penta, who has to get the correct, what do you call those little
pitch comms? They're called pitch comms.
Pitch comms.
Pitch comms. So technical difficulties down there.
So basically what it looks like, it's like a watch without the wristband.
Yeah, it's like an Apple Watch, but it actually flashes the sign and it gives you the actual pitch and location. Much better than those armbands that a lot of athletes were wearing, and they were like almost coated.
So Penta comes out to start the fourth inning for Oklahoma City. So Jalen Ford goes 3 innings, gave up 3 runs, all of them earned on 4 hits. And Maddie Penta did not play last year in the league. Most wins in Auburn history, and is a native of Chesapeake City, Maryland.
And Maddie Penta, what you'll see from her is she'll go up. You just saw her go with that rise, but she'll go side to side. She has a curve, backdoor curve. Almost kind of reminds me of a Rachel Garcia, if you're familiar with Rachel Garcia, but uses her curve, backdoor curve, will go up and uses her off speed as well.
There's 3-0 to Erickson, who took the pitch. Erickson flew out when she faced Ford her first time up. So So against Ford, they were, as a team, 4 for 12, 3 for 9 with runners on, 3 for 5 with 2 outs, which counts for the 3-0 lead. That is run down, but just out of the glove of Sydney McKinney, who almost made a spectacular catch.
Yeah, just the amount of ground Sydney McKinney just covered, and just so much speed. She got to that really quick, but I think on that dive, loses on her eyesight, loses the ball on her eyesight.
Yeah, that's the thing, when you're breakneck speed like that, you're bobbing along a little bit. Erickson draws the leadoff walk here in the 4th. That's why when you see that catch, and we saw it opening week with Riley Boone for Oklahoma City when she made it, you know, out in right field when Texas was here in Oklahoma City. It makes it even more spectacular. Making that run, you got all the things, the glove, you know, the ball is obviously bigger than a baseball, and able just to make that catch.
Yeah,
complete the play.
Yeah, it's the diving catch too, when you have to go a long way to ensure your eyesight, you're already running, your eyes are bobbing up and down. To hold on to that's pretty tough.
Well, Dayton reached on a fielder's choice in her first at bat, first time seeing Penta. Second game of the season for Maddie in the circle. She also just reinstated from the temporary inactive list a couple of days ago.
The addition of Bella Dayton, just another speedster, another offensive producer. She comes in at the bottom of the lineup, but I just love watching her speed. She can move around the bases.
Ball got away from Lee, and that enables Erickson to get down to second. Coming in to catch after Jacopo got taken out when she was hit by a pitch. Going to first, that will move the runner over. Wiz stepped on first to get Dayton for the first out. Runner on third for Agbayani. Very familiar name. Baseball circles, her dad Benny playing a few seasons in Major League Baseball. Of course, we have Sydney Romero out at shortstop for the Sparks. Her brother Mikey is in the Red Sox organization, now in AAA. We're going to talk to him tomorrow. Looking forward to that.
A lot of ties to MLB.
Sierra still working with Texas in this league. Sydney. So Erickson over at third. You see Romero wearing the sunglasses. Did you wear sunglasses a lot out in the field, short? No sunglasses.
I didn't, because I didn't like the depth perception that it provided, and so I didn't wear a visor or sunglasses. Like, how crazy was that? You know, that's just called youth. It's called youth. That's all that is. It's not smart at all. She's got both. I didn't like the visor because there's more tunnel. I felt like you were in a tunnel, and I needed to see wider. I didn't like sunglasses because of the depth perception.
Lifted into the air. That's going to be over and out of reach of Sydney McKinney, so Erickson easily scores from third. And look at the hustle by Agbayani, who got all the way to third.
And first off, just this ball off the bat, just with the wind being blown, her contact just so powerful, and Ilana Agbayani just swings with such power. And if you take a look, just this ball keeps continuing to go. But if you take a look at her, she is moving around the bases, no hesitation when she gets around second base. And that is the spark plug that she provides to this Bandit lineup.
RBI triple for Agbayani extends the lead to 4-0. Oh, and it's a ground rule double, so she has to go back to second.
If you take a look at the ball, it bounces in, but it bounces over the fence, and as soon as it does that, that's automatic ground rule double.
Just over the fence, there's a little support there. Good, you saw there, good camera work. Did not hit off of that padding, so technically did leave. So Agbayani hustling and still has to go back to second. So that's an RBI double for her. Wallace lifts it into left field, and that is gone. Skylar Wallace, for the second time in this game, has homered. And Chicago's starting to break this open. Welcome back, Skylar Wallace.
I was going to say,
from Japan.
Yeah, welcome back to America, Skylar Wallace. There's no jet lag that she is possessing at all. She is seeing this so good. And these are upper pitches, elevated pitches that she is just able to get a bat head to. And these things are just carrying with the wind. And Skylar Wallace already making an impact for this Bandit lineup.
Wallace had a hit in her first game back in Texas a couple of days ago, and is 2 for 3 today with a solo, and now a 2-run home run. That's to wear that cowboy hat again. So for the second straight inning, Chicago putting up crooked numbers, scoring 2 in the third and now 3 here in the fourth. As Aaron Koffel comes up, Skylar Wallace gets to talk to Nicole Mendez again.
Well, you had a home run, a diving catch, and then another home run. How's today going for you?
I mean, pretty good, but I'm just here to lean into my teammates, do what I can to help us win a ball game, and just enjoy the game that we get to play as our job. So obviously it's working in my favor right now, but just enjoying being here, being outside, being in Oklahoma City right now.
Yeah, the offense definitely has exploded, not just this inning, but every inning y'all have gotten better. What are the conversations you're having in the dugout?
I mean, obviously we do scouting. We're working on things individually, but at the end of the day, you just got to hit strikes. We got to get on time and hit strikes. That's all we can focus on. You're not going to be perfect. We all know this is a game of failure. So we're talking and being like, hey, how can we, get an outcome that we think is successful, whether it's hit by pitch, walk, move the runner, whatever it is. And I think we're doing a good job of that right now.
Doing a great job. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Go Bandits!
And they have been going so far, and Skylar Wallace, one of the reasons why they have this now 6-0 lead. Maddie Penta has only gotten one Bandit out. Aaron Koffel is the 5th batter she has faced, and Koffel is always dangerous, and she gets the free pass. Second walk given up this inning by Penta, who started this inning in favor of starter Jalen Ford.
Yeah, you can see Penta is going more up in the zone. She's got that screw that Skylar Wallace hit. It's more upspin. She walks Aaron Koffel on that rise ball, so just a pitch that's getting away from her a little bit, not able to get that zip on it, that placement.
Yeah, this is an unforgiving league, and certainly an unforgiving lineup. You go Wallace, Koffel, Williams in a row for the Bandits, with Circle on deck. Another base hit that gets all the way to the wall. Koffel was being waved home, and then it looked like the stop sign was going up, but Aaron just kept on motoring and scored.
Yes, and just good speed from Aaron Koffel. She scores from first base, but it's the ability from the Bandits to continue to pass the bat. That screwball is hanging from Maddie Penta, and they are just taking full advantage. And take a look at Aaron Koffel here. She gets going. She is just moving. No hesitation from first, and gets in there safely.
RBI double for Sammy Williams. And Maddie Penta, quite frankly, a brutal inning as the Bandits' bats have come alive. Still just one away with 4 runs in, and Elena Vaughter will come in. The 3rd spark pitcher of the afternoon, the 2nd pitcher of this inning.
And a lot of Vaughter she's more down. She'll throw a lot of drops, change-ups, and I almost feel like this should have been...
I'll go to Oklahoma City, and another pitching change as Vaughter comes in to try to stop the bleeding.
Yes, and a lot of Vaughter. She throws a lot of down and change-up. A completely different look from Jalen Ford and Maddie Penta.
Another player just back from Japan. She has pitched in the Diamond League there for the last couple of years. Morgan Zirkle is the first batter she faces. Vaughter's second game since coming back from Japan. Started out in Stanford. Pretty good 1-2 punch with Vaughter and Nyjah Kennedy back then, and then finishing out at South Carolina after she got an engineering degree at Stanford.
Yes, and I just go back to those Stanford days. Vaughter and Kennedy just complemented each other so well. Vaughter hard and down, Nyjah hard and up.
Zirkle had an RBI double against departed starter Jalen Ford the last time up. And she gets the walk.
Definitely a key for the Spark is it starts in the circle. It starts with the ball in the circle and eliminating some of the walks that they've had. Today they've already had 3 walks today.
Yep, that's part of the pain. Mac Barbara 2 for 2 with a couple of singles. Oklahoma City coming into today dead last in the league in earned run average at 4.77. At first in home runs. Try to balance that out, but the ERA is going up this afternoon. And it's, by the way, the second worst ERA, but as we mentioned, both pitching staffs have been kind of repopulated with some veterans coming back.
And just knowing the pitching arms that we had coming into the circle today for both teams, I thought this would be a little bit more tightly contested match. And just with the experience from both sides, the Bandits' bats have come alive today.
Swinging on 3-0, Barber sends it a long way, but foul. Big smile on her face. Just missed it. Now the 3-1 pitch, pardon me, with 2 on. And that is set into center field, playing shallow. Nichols Camarena for the second out.
I will tell you, Mac Barbara is seeing the ball so well. That is 3 hard-hit balls right back up the middle. That just tells me that she is on time. She is seeing it. She continues to be a hard out.
Vaughter facing Taryn Kern. Up for the second time this afternoon. Vaughter falling behind.
And the Stanford on Stanford matchup. Yep. I like this.
And still trying to get things going with her batting average. Big chance here. Vaughter misses on a close pitch. Big 4th inning. Penta started and Bandits chased her. And that's the second walk given up by Vaughter. And now Chicago has battered around here in the 4th. Jocelyn Erickson started this inning off, got walked by Penta. She's coming up to face Vaughter for the first time. So maybe has an extended conversation with their pitcher.
And at this point, it's, hey, we got to use our defense. We got to keep that ball on the ground. So continuing to stay down, using that changeup.
Here's an example of the wind that heard Bubba Nichols Camarena talking about. It's in the song, right? When the wind comes whipping the plains or whatever it is in the song Oklahoma. It's a thing. It's
happening.
It can wind here. That's for sure. Chicago knows about wind, the Windy City, but it is very windy here today. And it has affected a couple of balls that have been hit into the outfield.
And just all of the balls that have been lifted, they're just like carrying, they're going. So if you're the Spark, trying to induce more ground balls.
Erickson takes one for a strike. Lauder ahead for the first time in this inning. Williams at second, circle over at first. Circle at second and Kern over at first with the bases loaded. A chance really to break this open. The run rule is part of the AUSL. Get to that magic 8 number. And that is a gapper. Here comes some more runs. Williams scores, Zirkle scores, 2-run single for Erickson.
What a way to battle for Erickson. She gets behind in that count with 2 strikes, and Vaughter continuing to go inside on her with this drop in. But her ability to just drop a barrel, keep her hands inside, create space, and you have to continue to put runs up. No runs are enough when you're facing an offense like Spark.
First pitch swing for Dayton, and that is grabbed by McKinney in foul territory to end the inning.
Take it day by day, so just trying to be smart and do the best thing so I can get back out here with my team.
Yeah, we are missing you, Maya. I love watching you play. You know that. I tell you all the time.
Thank you.
But just, you've been seeing it so well. Coming into the season, what was your approach? What were you thinking?
I think just honestly, there's not a lot of that you can do to prepare for this league. I think it's such a unique situation where you're facing an All-American in the circle every single game. And so I think honestly just putting myself in the position to hit, I think that was my biggest focus, and what can I do for my body so that I can set myself up for success. So it was less about focusing on like specifics and more just getting back to me and what makes me good, and just again putting myself in a good position to hit. I think that's more than half the battle. So just really focusing on that, and Coach Kirk threw me a lot of pitches, so
yes,
I have a lot of success goes to him for sure, because without him in his arm I couldn't have done it.
Yeah, no, and if you had to break down your swing, what would you say are like the top 3 things that you think about?
Probably being aggressive, my flow, and just having a really good rhythm and being disciplined. I try to be disciplined, but I think sometimes I'm a little bit of a bad ball hitter. But I think that can be kind of a good thing sometimes. I think just getting it done for your team in whatever fashion, I think all of these pitchers are elite, and they're not going to miss over the middle a ton. So I think, honestly, just being super scrappy and going up there with a lot of confidence as well.
Yeah, so this is your 2nd year as a pro, and I feel like we should be saying you're like a 10-year vet, because it's just, you know, your success, your experience. But this time around, AUSL, what's the experience been like?
It's been so awesome. I think just being able to, being able to come here with the Spark and kind of be at the beginning of this organization's journey in AU, and being back with Coach Kirk, and I think it's just been really, really special. So it's been really cool just coming to Oklahoma City, obviously with the Olympics being here, and hopefully being able to be a part of that, and just getting acclimated, I think, to this environment. It's been really awesome, and everyone with the Spark that was with the Spark for the last couple years and then bringing them into AU has been really fun, and the crossover's been awesome, and the girls are great. So it's been honestly just a whirlwind of super, super fun energy, but it's been busy for sure. We went from Chicago to Portland, and I was like, oh, it's about to be a 2-hour flight. Yeah, it was like 4. I was like, jeez.
Your geography was off?
Yeah. I'm from California. I don't know anything outside of California, honestly. I lose track of everything, but it's been fun. It's been really fun. Portland was awesome, though. I mean, every venue has been really, really great, so it's been cool.
Yeah, some terrific fans out there in Portland, and boy, the concern now, Jessie Warren, your teammate, took a tumble after she got down to first, so we're looking at it up here, Maya, and she landed hard on the knee, so just a really hard fall. Obviously, we don't need to see another injury on you.
I know.
Man. We need to wrap all you guys up in saran wrap.
I know. We're at the halfway point, so it's a lot on, you know, your body and the travel and stuff. It's been so hot, and it's just been a lot, honestly.
Talk about just, you know, at this day and age, where you are in your athletic career. Like, what are some things that you're doing to prevent, obviously, injury, you know, but trying to get yourself in the best place to compete?
Yeah, I think, honestly, just putting a lot of intention, and I think just a lot of care behind what we do in the off season, especially with like strength training and the nutrition. I try to, you know, eat as healthy as I can, but I think, yeah, just putting ourselves in a good position to keep our bodies healthy, because it is a lot of wear and tear, I think, especially just not being conditioned of being in college anymore, where, you know, you're doing it every day and playing 50 games a season. I think being off for 10 months and then going hard for 2 months, it can be a little bit difficult. So honestly, just what I try to do is just try to put my body in a good position and take my strength training and conditioning pretty seriously, because it is truly a lot. I know softball kind of gets a rep of like, we're not conditioned and, you know, we barely do anything and we stand around a lot, but it is a lot, and it takes a toll on your body. So
especially with the compacted season. And, and you're certainly an elite athlete. Before we let you go, do you have a nice cheat food that you're trying to stay away from?
My like guilty pleasure is just always ice cream. I'm like, I need a sweet treat all the time, and so I really try to stay away from that, to be honest. I think also what's like so hard about nutrition is like the sneaky calories of it all. So like, I love coffee, but I put so much sugar in it that it's like, girl, you might as well like drink a milkshake. Like, it's just like the balance of it all. But at the end of the day, I'm just a girl trying to have the little wins of life. So if it's ice cream or froyo or whatever I'm down for at the end of the night.
You gotta live.
Yeah, 100%. Life's too short.
That's it, Maya Brady. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We hope to see you out there sooner rather than later.
Thank you, for sure.
Maya Brady in the chair chat, unfortunately on the injured list. And we're going to see her on the Olympic team, right? She's got it. She's freaking good.
I know. She is my pick for sure. And just got to keep her healthy. Got to keep her ready to go.
Ice cream will certainly cure the soul, so that'll help. Cheryl Brown's out to Agbayani to end the
contact and aggressive ABs, and that was one of the things too, that they were just getting behind in counts, having to hit with 2 strikes, and so definitely getting it done today.
Coming off being swept in a 2-game series in Texas against a Bolts team that had only won 1 game all season, and coming back with a vengeance. And another hit batter, Vaughter, gets Agbayani, and the free passes certainly have not helped OKC.
Yeah, and that is just something that, you know, I wasn't expecting coming into today for the Spark, just knowing that this pitching staff, they possess the experience. But yeah, you know, and this is just another way of saying that sometimes things just don't go your way. And it even happens at the pro level.
Vaughter had a couple of walks when she came in to relieve Penta, who started the 4th inning and got knocked around, an inning in which Chicago scored 6 runs in the 4th. Now, Skylar Wallace, who has 2 home runs today, absolutely no jet lag. Maybe we can recommend taking that long flight from Japan to come back to the U.S. because it certainly it hasn't hurt Skylar.
Yeah, she needs to do it maybe every game, like just go to Japan and come back. But it's been so fun following Skylar Wallace. I follow her on social media, and she'll just kind of vlog her experience being in Japan. And so for any of the athletes who have played over in Japan, it's so relatable. But just, you know, you stick out. You don't have a lot of people to communicate with, and you're enjoying the cuisine, the food, the coffee there.
Her handiwork today.
Just getting it done at the plate, just 2 elevated pitches and straight to the ball, doesn't waste a lot of time, and using that wind in her favor.
Skylar Wallace, and again, you played in Japan for 8 seasons. Your first season, how long did it take you to adjust, or did it take more than 1 year?
It took more than 1 year. I don't think I really adjusted until the 2nd year.
Oh my, Wallace on fire. 2 home runs and a double. Zagbayani gets easily into 3rd. Slugging percentage through the roof today for one Skylar Wallace.
Yes, and Skylar Wallace is just seeing the ball so well. And I think a lot of it, too, when we talk about playing in Japan, it's the strike zone. That's the hardest thing to get used to over there. They definitely don't hit any white, and a lot of things will be called off the plate. So now getting back to her comfort zone and really having that confidence at the plate today.
Wow, Skylar Wallace. 3 for 4. 2 home runs, a double, and 3 runs driven in.
Yeah, no big deal.
Yeah, just another day. Oklahoma City trying to come up with an answer. Asia Gould. We're seeing all sorts of activity with the pitching staff right now for Chicago. 9 runs on 9 hits for the Bandits. Skylar Wallace, by the way, one of just 11 players to hit at least 300 in the Diamond League. Thank you, Karen Johns, super stat.
Yeah, thank you for that.
All right, we'll have another pitching change, but before that, we're going to let you know that you can help decide who goes to the 2026 AUSL All-Star Cup. Vote once a day, every day, online at the AUSL.com/vote. Now through June 30th, also known as June 30th, to send the league's best to the All-Star Cup in Rosemont, Illinois in August. Get your votes in to see your favorite players on the field. My goodness, there's so many to choose from.
Yeah, I don't even know where you start.
Bye, Brady.
Yeah, okay. So Pam Ward has a favorite, yes, and I do not disagree with it at all. I think that would be a first pick for me too. But for me, Maya Brady's like, you know, when I went to my picks, like that's not a surprise to me. Maya Brady, that's what she does. Maya Brady is just, you know, so consistent at the plate, solid, and
Skylar's gotten some votes today, I bet.
Yes, definitely. Now that she's back on the scene, but I loved talking to Maya and just hearing how she thinks about hitting and just being aggressive, rhythm, discipline, but not so many mechanical things. It was a lot of feel things, and I think that that's good for a lot of athletes to hear, especially younger athletes that are so focused on mechanics, and if your right leg touches or if you're, you know, striding here or there. So much of hitting is such a feel thing, and I think Maya Brady is an example of, you know, you feel good, you play good.
Right. And there are extremes. There's so much information, right, that is out there that is available. Maybe, in my opinion, too much, right? There's so much stuff you can cloud your head with. And you go back, and some of the elite hitters I've talked to, it seems like most of them are like, yeah, I look at that stuff a little bit, but mostly it's see-ball, hit-ball.
Oh my gosh, Pam, yeah, I didn't even really understand stats until I had to become a broadcaster, you know? So, you know, when you're in the batter's box, you're competing, it's feel. You're not really worried about all of those things, and I love hearing that.
Asia Gould is the 4th Oklahoma City pitcher we have seen. And she gets to face Aaron Koffel. It just never ends.
Yeah, and Paige Gould is just another great look for the spark.
Koffel at the base of the wall. The offensive onslaught continues for Chicago with the 2-run double for Koffel.
And that is Paige Gold's curve that Aaron Koffel is just on time for. These Bandit bats, they are just squaring up to all of these balls and just becoming undefendable. But Aaron Koffel is just so smooth, and she stands up on second.
Lead now is 11-0, and it doesn't stop as Sammy Williams comes up, takes a hack at the first pitch. Williams, second in this league in hitting, behind only Maya Brady. She is tied for first in RBIs and doubles with Maya Brady. And here she comes with another chance to get an RBI. Had an RBI double last time up. Talked a lot about Chicago's offense, but a lot of credit to Lexi Kilfoyle in the circle, who has shut out Oklahoma City so far. There's Sammy's numbers. Right up there.
11 RBIs on the season, and she's been so clutch. She's the one that's been holding it together for the Bandits. As they were trying to find their way at the beginning of season, she's been the most consistent.
We'll go get Koffel back into the dugout with the pinch runner. And it's the pitcher, Amber Pfizer. Now, the roster is not enormous in the AUSL. Pfizer, a good athlete, going to go in there and run. Williams absolutely clobbered that ball. A moonshot for a 2-run home run for Williams.
Absolutely crushes this. And what's impressive to me is the speed of this pitch. This is a 58 miles per hour curveball from Gold, and the past two pitchers that the Bandits have been facing have been upper 60s, so it's easier to get that and time a harder pitcher throwing out. But to sit back and wait on the 58 mile per hour pitch, Sammy Williams absolutely crushes this ball.
Cleared the bleachers out there. Circle comes up again. It's now 13-0. You watch the movie Bull Durham?
Yes.
Paraphrase Crash Davis. Anything that travels that far should have a flight attendant on it. That thing flew.
That definitely flew.
Wow. What an offensive showing for Chicago this afternoon. They'll play again tomorrow night. Zirkle gets hit.
And just for the Spark pitchers, just having a tough day today. This is another hit by pitch, and this gets away from Gold.
All right, Nicole Mendez. Sammy Williams just set one in.
Quantity.
I mean, it's both.
Yes, quantity.
Barbara fouls one away. Sammy Williams, who is a California kid who played her college ball at Iowa State, has several Big 12 career records. Just about all the Iowa State records. And her team, 2 runs in the third, 6 in the fourth, 4 in the fifth. Also put one up back in the first inning on Skylar Wallace's first home run. And still nobody out here. So you're OKC. And look, folks, it is hot as fill in the blank here. It's terrible. You got to come back and play tomorrow. How do you reset if you're Oklahoma City, especially the pitchers?
Yeah, and I think it starts in the circle. It's just definitely bouncing back.
Barbara's turn to get an extra base hit. That goes into the left field wall, and Barbara, trying to go into third, is thrown out, and that is the first out of the inning, but she was all over that pitch.
And Matt Barbara, I mean, she has just been seeing it. I can't stress enough how hard she is swinging and how on the money she is every single time she puts this ball in play. And this ball is crushed. It's crushed off the bat. Matt scores another run, but she tries to advance to third and not the most speed. So they'll get her at third.
Maybe she wanted to get back in the dugout because it's so hot. So an RBI double and then thrown out trying to stretch it into a triple. The extra base hits are just accumulating here. And no pitcher has been able to solve the Bandits so far. 5 runs in and just 1 out. Taryn Kern comes to the plate for the 3rd time today. And beautiful backhand, but the throw gets away.
But I'm going to be honest, when you have games like this, you're the Spark, and you have games like this, and honestly nothing is really going their way, starting in the pitching circle, defensively. These are the moments where you have to dig in, you have to come together as a team, because up until now, you know, the Spark has been able to kind of figure it out. They didn't have all of their roster pieces. But this is a moment where if I'm a teammate, hey, we are digging into each other after this. We are going to try to figure out a way to have a different mindset tomorrow, and something's got to change.
And that's Amari Harper over there playing second. Sydney Shipp's 3 complete innings, gave up 3 runs, all of them earned on 4 hits. And she faces Jocelyn Erickson, who flew out against her. First time up. There is the line for Ford before she was lifted. Maggie Penta came in to start the 4th inning. Erickson sends it to center, but Nikos Camarena had to go a long way to make the grab.
And those are the things that you need to start changing and shifting the momentum. Bubba Nichols Camarena just having that right read on that, knowing that the wind is blowing out. First step going back and picks up a big catch.
Something Jalen Ford certainly appreciates. Now 2 away for Bella Dayton, the 9th Bandit to bat in this inning. It's a good look at Bubba out there in center. Chicago batted around in the 5th inning, and now Dayton, the 9th Bandit to come to the plate here in the 5th. Dayton and Matt Barbara actually are related. They're cousins and are just coming back from playing together for Team Italy in a tournament in Prague. So they've missed some time. And as you mentioned, boy, Barbara's she has been all over every pitch. We're getting a couple of these players back. Barbara was told to just hit, and she has just done that. That's a good strikeout for Ford, but 9 batters come to the plate, 5 more across the plate. It's 14 Sephora, the exclusive beauty partner of the AUSL, and Sephora, boy, did you sponsor a lot of celebration. For Chicago, it's been just a lot of happy times with their offensive output, and then you have the shutout for Kilfoyle in the circle.
Yeah, just everything is starting to click for the Bandits. You can see that they're just starting to come together. A lot of chemistry after they started the season with that first series loss, 0-4. They've just started to come together, and you can just feel their energy here. They have got it going on. They're passing the bat, the celebration. And the iPhone, the selfie camera.
Got everything going. Haley Lee leading things off for Oklahoma City. Lexi Kilfoyle making her season debut this afternoon, has only given up 3 hits.
And I think the thing that works so good for Lexi Kilfoyle is that she keeps the ball down. So more times than not, if athletes are making contact, she's inducing a lot of ground balls, keeping the ball in the infield, and has her defense go to work for her.
Falls behind Lee here, 3-1, and that is picked up in fair territory for the first out.
Just a lot of unlucky situations.
Hey, they are making Matt Barber play defense. She's over there first now to finish things off here in the 5th, barring a huge comeback in the run rule situation.
Just to see that frustration, though, for the Spark. Just a lot of unlucky things going their way. And every athlete has had a game like this. And these are the kind of things that you think about, like, that's the moment in our season where things started to shift or change for us. And I feel like this might be a game for the Spark.
Grace Jenkins, just her second at bat against Kilfoyle, which tells you how dominant she has been. Lexi has given up, as I said, only 3 hits, all of them singles, and has only walked 1 batter.
Yeah, the free bases has definitely been the difference for the Bandits, for sure.
Oklahoma City has given up quite a few hit batters and walks, and the opposite for Kilfoyle. Tied for first and wins in this league last year. Coming back from playing in Japan, Sammy Williams got her. Everything working for the Bandits.
Just like a well-oiled machine, from the offense to Lexi Kilfoyle. And how about that leather from Sammy Williams? That is clutch.
With her bat today. Now down to the final out, Sydney McKinney, who is 0 for 2. Couple home runs for Skylar Wallace for the Bandits. We mentioned Sammy, who's got an RBI double and a 2-run home run. Part of the 13-hit attack.
See Sydney McKinney starting to make her adjustments this at bat. You can see her starting to inch up a little bit closer to Lexi Kilfoyle. She usually starts in the back of the batter's box, but trying to get that drop before it drops, hitting it a little bit more out in front.
Another ball lifted out of play. Just going back to Chicago's offense today. As a team, they are 13 for 26. They are hitting .500 in this game. 5 walks, 9 extra base hits for Chicago. She did not swing as they peel down. Gil Zayas over at third. And this is, look at the pitch count. I know we're only in the 5th inning, but Kilfoyle efficient, about to throw her 68th of the game. Up the middle, and there's the 4th hit for the Spark.
I really like that at bat from Sydney McKinney. You can really see her trying to make those adjustments, moving up in the box. Her first at bat, she struck out on that drop out. And so again, now trying to catch that drop ball out a little bit more out in front. And she's able to hit that ball right back up the middle.
Sydney Romero 0 for 2. Skylar Wallace made a really nice catch. The ball she sent to center last time up. And Wallace has moved in to finish this game at short. Bella Dayton now playing in center where Skylar was playing. So some defensive replacements late. Skylar very comfortable with that shortstop position, but Aaron Koffel has that job now for Chicago. And what a way to end a brilliant day. Lexi Kilfoyle with a complete game, 4-hitter.